Hey everyone, Keenan Carrier here. My research study is titled The Academic and Social Impacts as a Result of the Cancellation of Sport. Some background context needed includes an understanding of the positive effects that extracurricular activities have on students. So, this includes improvement on student behavior, better grades, school completion, becoming successful adults, and also a social aspect. There are lasting benefits for our youth with their involvement in extracurricular sport. However, sports and extracurricular activities have been canceled due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. This has led to greater sedentary behavior in our children and the negative impacts that this can have on their development, both academically and socially. I also take time in my context to define two focal points for the purpose of the study. So, academic performance will be defined as the measurement of student achievement across various subjects and how the students view their achievement. And then social development will be defined as the improvement of the well-being of an individual, especially in the sense of positive relations with others. So my purpose of this study is to address the impact that the cancellation of extracurricular sports has had on high school athletes, both socially and academically. I use the following 6 research questions to help guide my work. These questions are all open-ended as the qualitative and narrative nature of my work allows my interviews to guide my study more than the closed questions would. So, number one, how has the cancellation of extracurricular sports impacted athletes' academic performance? How do high school athletes view their academic performance and achievement, so their grades, since the cancellation of extracurricular sports? How has the cancellation of extracurricular sports impacted high school athletes' attitudes toward their academic performance? How has the cancellation of extracurricular sports impacted positive social factors and development of key life skills in high school athletes? How has the cancellation impacted meaningful social connections with other athletes? And how has this cancellation impacted meaningful social connections with adults? Through my literature review, I found the positive impact that extracurricular sport has on athletes and why we must fight to include more focus on it in the educational system if we ever find ourselves in this situation again. I use researchers such as Bird, Masoni, Camry, and Schaefer to discuss the positive impacts that extracurricular sports have on our students. Everything from improved learning outcomes, improved self-esteem, positive social natures, the development of life skills, and the creation of positive social relationships with adult role models and other friends. Uh, in my methodologies and methods, I look to inform on the reality of the participants' lives while also attempting to create a shift for Canadian schools to give more focus to physical education and extracurricular sports. I use a transformative philosophical worldview and a self-efficacy approach in this study. Since I am looking to research individuals' experience in this topics, I chose a qualitative research design with a narrative strategy of inquiry. For my participants, I will purposefully select 2 individuals from a standard large center school in Saskatchewan. One participant will have future aspirations in their sport, and the other will be a multi-sport athlete who only plays for enjoyment. Once I receive permission from school personnel, I will ask staff, PE teachers, coaches for guidance in identifying possible participants. I will then contact these individuals for permission to participate in a one-on-one 60-minute interview. We'll then take this raw data of these interviews and restory them by identifying major themes throughout. I will also maintain collaboration throughout this process. This, along with member checking, will give my research validity. Some limitations to my research includes not differentiating between team or individual sport athletes, not differentiating between gender, and using a very small sample size, which could lead to me making generalizations on a broader scale. For my implications, first of all, from the benefits we see, more focus must be put on extracurriculars when we do return to normal living. Secondly, contingency plans should be put in place so that if something of this scale were to happen again, complete sport closure could be avoided. The benefits of extracurricular sport are too grand to be ignored. The significance of my study, since this is a new world phenomenon, my study will make significant contributions to literature. There's a lack of research because of how new of an experience this is to everyone. This cancellation of sport will have profound impact on our children's lives. Most people can understand the physical impact that it will have, but It may lead to sedentary behaviors, which can then lead to obesity and disease. However, my study will add to these thoughts with more of a mental perspective, with how it impacts academic performance and our children's social development. And finally, my reference list is provided. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.